Hello, I'm Luke, Hard Times Guy. Today I'm going to try to make this a little short video. I'm going to pull some loose ends together, share my plan with you about how I'm going to progress with this situation I've gotten myself into. But I've started something that almost can't end, because when I start talking about things that, like I'm talking about in this series that I've started in 2 or 3 videos ago, maybe 4, one thing leads to another, and I can go on and on and on. And legitimately so, because that's how complicated life is. You can begin with the premise that I just started this week. We need order, and we need to eliminate chaos, and it's just that simple. If we do that one thing and expound on it to all the places that it can take you, that's almost all we need to do in every situation of our life. I mean, I could make a statement like that, and then I could spend the rest of my life making 3 videos a week talking about that. And I realized that as I started trying to plan what I was going to do with these videos. So I'm going to alter my plan a little bit. And I think that's a good lead in to part of what I was going to talk about today, and that's having a plan. Part of order is having a plan, having a predetermined goal and a plan or a method or a system to get us to that goal. That's part of being organized and orderly, and that's part of the baseline you need to keep you on the path you want to be on and keep you from having chaotic influences interfere with what you're doing. You focus on your plan, and when you get away from it, you come back to it. But in order to do that, first of all, you have to have a plan. And that might be all I say about that today. I'm not sure because I sat down here without a plan. But what I do want you to understand is that, well, first of all, let me say that I don't have, or I am not a perfect person. I don't have the 100% answer for all your problems. And sometimes the answer I have may not even be 50% right. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to insinuate that. I'm just saying that it's important to me, not that my viewers know what I thought and how I thought always. They can if they want to. But that my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, that they knew what I thought and why I thought what I thought. And then they can do their own thing, live their own life, but at least they have some insight from somebody that loved them and that they loved. So that's what I set out to do. And we got to having order in our lives, and I simplified that. One place to look at that is housekeeping, and I went on a little mini rant about that yesterday, or during the last video I made. And from that, you would say that you might think that everything in my life was in perfect order. And anybody that knows me and has been on the other side of that wall behind me knows that's not true. I went to a barbershop this morning. You still have to get an appointment to get a haircut. I got a haircut. There it is. It's a pretty good one. I was pretty happy with it. Liked what we managed to do. Don't have this hat on to hide my haircut. I just put it on to, my hair's been so long, couldn't put this hat on. It made my hair stick out sideways. Put it on a while ago, and I thought, well, I'll just leave it on for a while. Maybe make a video with my hat on. So that's what happened there. There was no plan. It just happened. But I went to barber shop this morning. On the way home, I saw a sign that said yard sale. And I thought, well, I'll just stop up there and see what they got this yard sale before I go home. So I did. And they had one thing I could have bought. I probably could have bought it for $5 and sold it for $15. But it wasn't the kind of thing I really liked to buy, so I didn't. I didn't buy it. And before I was gone from there, somebody else stepped up there and they saw it and they bought it. So they saved me from having to buy it. But I'd about decided I wasn't going to buy it anyway. But I stepped up and I was talking to the guy that had the yard sale. They had this stuff out in his driveway. And then he had a garage there on the end of his house. Probably to put a car in originally, but I don't think there'd been a car in there in a long time because he had too much other stuff in there. I don't know whether somewhere else he had a workshop or not. I couldn't see any evidence that he did work in there either, so I don't know. But over against the wall of the garage that was next to the house, he had 4 or 5 toolboxes. The first one was a Cobalt toolbox, and the next 4 were Craftsman toolboxes. And I told him, I said, wow, look at the toolboxes you got there. I said, I see that happen at auctions frequently. I go to an auction and they'll sell 4 or 5 of them Craftsman toolboxes at the auction of one guy, and I'll think, why in the world did somebody need all those toolboxes? Why would you, when you had one of them, how could you possibly need more tools than you could put in one? He said, well, I'll tell you what. He said, I need those to maintain order. And I told him, I said, that's a good answer. And I've been making a video about just that, about order and how it's important and how we get to it. He said, you'll notice those toolboxes aren't the same color even. He said, they're different colors on purpose. He said, that one is full of mechanics tools. And then that one is full of home maintenance tools I need for odd jobs here and there around here. And he said, that one, specialty tools for woodworking. And on. He told me about why he had those toolboxes the way he did, why they were arranged the way they were, and what was in each one. I said, wow, I said, I thought I had a system where I could find my things. But I said, on your worst day, your system make my system be look like chaos on its best day. And I said, right now mine's not even close to its best day. I'm got a mess in my workshop. I looked across and then I could see that this guy was like that in everything. He had shelves on the other wall, and he had all the things on the shelves separated and organized the same way. Oil and lubricants, and then cleaning things, and then gardening chemicals, and on and on and on his shelves. Some of it color coded, all of it separated and organized for what it was used for. I said, that's really impressive. I said, when you need something, you know where it is. And then his wife chimed in and she said, you bet. And she said, when I get one of his things down, he's right there on me to make sure I put it back where I got it. Reminded me of what I said about Grandma Betty and them little grandkids about where their things are and what they're supposed to do with them. But this guy had his garage, and I'm sure if I stepped into his house, I would have found the same thing. This man had his things and his life and the way he did things. He had a plan, he had the means, and he had it all in arranged orderly like he wanted it. Much like what I've been talking about. Then I realized that, we all approach that in our own way. And it is, I'm not saying it's not important, it is important, but doesn't make it any less important because your way is not quite as orderly as my way, or my way is not quite as orderly as this person's way. The important thing is that we understand the importance of orderliness, and then we make a continuous, constant, consistent effort at having it. And part of that's going to be making a plan. So we'll give you some homework, and then I'm going to tell you that we're not going to talk about this for a while. I'm going to go back to being the other hard times guy for a while, and I'm going to go in and out with this. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put these in a playlist called Sunday Morning. And I'm going to name these videos Sunday Morning number 1 something, Sunday Morning number 2 something. When I make one of these videos that's part of this series that I started this week, I'm going to call it Sunday. I'm not going to make another website. It's still going to be the Hard Times Guy. But when you see a video with the title of it says Sunday Morning, you'll know it's one of these kind. If you don't like this kind, don't watch it. Giving you a heads up. It's going to be called Sunday Morning Number. And it's going to be sequential numbers. And I don't know how many of them there'll be, but there'll be probably several of them between now and the time that the Hard Times Guy goes off somewhere. And what I want you to do between this video, which I think will be Sunday Morning number 4, what I want you to do between this one and Sunday Morning number 5 is think about order in your life. Think about the different things that order or chaos affects, and make a list of what these things are, and your list will be, it won't be enough, you'll be adding to it from now on if you take this seriously. And make a plan for what you're going to do to get your life in order. And one of the things I'll give you a clue about what that is. You might say, I can't have order here because I have too many things and not enough places to put those things. And I would say you need to make a plan about how do I create, generate, or acquire enough places to put all these things, or how do I eliminate some of these things that I don't have a place for. It's simple. Those are the two choices you got. Create a place to put them or get rid of them. And the easiest one of those is get rid of them. Unless you're living in your car or a cardboard box somewhere, you probably got enough room to organize and create order amongst the things that you have and need. And you can take some of those things that you have and don't need and give them to Goodwill, or put them in a trash bag and throw them in the dumpster, or put them out on the curb with a free sign on them. We all have a lot of stuff we don't need. If we can't keep it organized, then it's in our way and messing up our lives. What have I said today? I'm the Hard Times Guy. I've started a new slant on some of my videos where I'm going to be talking to my family about life lessons. And you're going to have to put up with me, but you don't have to if you don't want to, because I'm going to title all those Sunday morning with a number, and you can skip those if you want to. Till the next time, I'm a Hard Times Guy. Have a good day.